Marvel's Avengers will feature some familiar faces to Marvel fans who may not be steeped in years of comics lore, but Crystal Dynamics' upcoming expansive adventure adds in a few key characters that more casual fans may not know as well. Kamala Khan, aka Ms. Marvel, as a hero, and George Tarleton, aka MODOK, as the story's villain. IGN spoke with Avengers creative director and writer Shaun Escayg about the studio's attempts to make a unique, modern Avengers story, and how their spin will hopefully offer fans something fresh and unexpected. Marvel's Avengers isn't an origin story, it's a tale of reassembling the iconic hero team. In figuring out how to craft a story of reassembly, Escayg explained how determining who was the one bringing these heroes together led them to Ms. Marvel, both on a gameplay and narrative level.
One from a game structure of going out, meeting your Avengers and assembling your team and then building them up, and as well as a narrative structure of sort of this protagonist that would see the Avengers and their humanity and celebrate their mistakes, their empathy, their conflicts, and understand that this embracing of these things is what make these heroes great, kind of led us down the path of Kamala Khan. She is a fan like we are, as players are, and she sees the heroes, like we do, and she even approaches it more from a participatory type setting, which, to me is the best blend of both gaming and gaming world and storytelling world.
Kamala was a personally important inclusion to Escayg, as he's a first-generation immigrant and Kamala is the daughter of Pakistani immigrants. He and the team understand the weight her experiences carry, and also understand how her perspective can speak to fans who have ever felt lost or alone and found solace in the stories of these superheroes.
I think a lot of people can relate to that, not truly fitting in anywhere at some time in their life and finding solace and comfort in these superheroes, or finding sort of this mutual, olive branch between people who love these heroes, right? And that's where Kamala Khan is particularly powerful for us as sort of our player perspective and sort of introduction into this world. She gives us this view of these heroes, and she's on her back footing in relating to her environment and feeling sort of like an outcast, but these heroes give her comfort, and they bond her with sort of this new environment that she's sort of navigating. She goes to A-Day, and to add insult to injury, she's infected, further ostracized, but still that hope, that unrelenting, undying hope. And I think that's sort of the DNA of a true superhero that we can all relate to. And it's not a power that is sort of foreign or alien. It is something within us, innate in us, that can say we are all superheroes. We can all aspire to that. And that's where I think she is particularly important to me, important to us at the studio, important to the writing team, to Marvel, and we hope that we continue to do her justice.
We're fixing the damage the Avengers did all those years ago.
But Marvel's Avengers isn't just exploring how the Avengers come back together. Escayg described the central conflict which introduces AIM and the villain MODOK as one of, quote, science versus superhero, with Tarleton and Kamala representing the two sides of this debate.
So it's not just the Avengers have broken up several times, as you've seen in comics and in the MCU, over sort of this struggle with their superpowers. But this was more of the perception, or public perception, that they're not heroes at all. And, in that vacuum could offer sort of the alternative, which is science as an answer. What if we harness these superheroes' powers? What if we could use technology to make these decisions, to control it, to make it AI perfect? Then if that can happen, then, why do we need sort of these emotional beings that are super powerful, that wreak havoc? Maybe we can find a more sort of pragmatic approach to protecting the world.
Those questions then even tie into the heroes' doubts about themselves. Whether it's Bruce Banner's scientific background or Tony Stark's concerns about his technology falling into the wrong hands.
The Kamala argument is sort of the opposite argument, which is differences is what makes the Avengers strong. Embracing who we are, understanding who we are, is what make the Avengers strong. They're empathy and, I would even say their mistakes, particularly their conflicts. These differences is how they can relate to humanity, because they are us, and by that extension, they're the best protectors of us.
For more on Marvel's Avengers, be sure to check out our character breakdown videos to learn about the combat you can expect from Earth's mightiest heroes. And for everything else Avengers, stick with IGN.